two college friends, Sarah and Mike. Both graduated in 2018. Both got their first credit cards the same month. Both had $3,000 balances by the end of year one. Sarah paid it off completely, every month in full. Mike paid the minimum, sometimes a bit more, but he always carried a balance. "It's good for my credit score," he said. Fast forward 6 years. Sarah has paid exactly $0 in interest. Her credit score is 782. Mike has paid $4,847 in interest charges. His credit score is 694. Same starting point, one decision. A $4,847 difference, plus a worse credit score. How does that make any sense? Here's what you've been told. Carrying a small balance on your credit card shows banks you're using credit responsibly. It builds your credit score. It proves you're a good borrower. That advice? It's a lie that's making banks billions. And the people who believe it are voluntarily paying hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars a year for absolutely nothing in return. Credit card companies have a name for customers who pay off their balance every month. They call them deadbeats. Not because they're irresponsible, because they don't make the bank any money. The customers who carry balances, the ones paying interest every month, they call them revolvers, the profitable ones, the golden customers. Think about that. In the banking industry's own language, being financially responsible makes you a deadbeat. Being in perpetual debt makes you valuable. The entire system is designed to profit from your confusion. And it's working. 1. The minimum payment illusion. Your credit card statement says minimum payment, $65. Your brain reads that as the amount you should pay. But that minimum, it's mathematically engineered to keep you in debt as long as possible while avoiding default. Example, $3,000 balance at 22% APR. Minimum payment structure, 2% of balance. Pay only the minimum? You'll be in debt for 18 years. You'll pay $5,916 in interest on a $3,000 purchase. You essentially bought everything twice. The bank just spread it out so you wouldn't notice. 2. The credit score myth. You need to carry a balance to build credit. This myth has made banks more money than almost any marketing campaign in history. Here's the truth. Your credit score is built by using credit and paying it on time, not by paying interest. The credit bureaus see your statement balance, not whether you paid interest. If you charge $500 and pay it off before the due date, you built credit. 0 interest paid. The myth exists because banks never corrected it. Why would they? Every person who believes it is a person voluntarily paying interest for no reason. 3. The compounding trap. Most people think it's just $45 in interest this month. That's manageable. What they don't see is the compound effect. If you carry an average balance of $5,000 at 24% APR for 10 years, making payments but never eliminating it completely, you'll pay approximately $12,000 in interest. That's not the balance. That's just the cost of having the balance. Put differently, you paid $12,000 for the privilege of borrowing $5,000. That's a 240% markup on money. 4. The mental accounting error. You have $800 in checking. Your credit card bill is $600. If you pay the full $600, you're left with $200. That feels dangerous, scary. So you pay $300. Keep $500 in checking. Feel safer. Here's the problem. That $300 you didn't pay, it's costing you 22% annually in interest. That $300 in your checking account, it's earning maybe 0.5%. If you're lucky, you're choosing to pay 22% to avoid spending money that's earning 0.5%. You're literally losing 21.5% to feel emotionally comfortable. That's a $66 annual cost for feelings. 5. The lifestyle lock-in. You're spending $3,400 a month.
You're earning $3,200 a month. The $200 gap goes on credit cards every single month. You know you should cut spending, but cutting means admitting you're living beyond your means. It feels like failure. So instead, the balance grows. The minimum payment grows. Eventually, the minimum payment becomes so large, it's a fixed part of your budget. Now, you're not just in debt, you're trapped. The debt has become structural. This is how people end up with $18,000 in credit card debt on a $65,000 salary. Not in one big purchase, in $200 increments over 90 months. 6. The bank's perfect customer. From the bank's perspective, the ideal credit card customer has a high credit limit, $15,000 plus, carries a balance of 60 to 80% of that limit, makes consistent on-time minimum payments, never pays it off completely. This customer generates $2,000 to $3,000 per year in pure interest income for decades. Over a 30-year relationship, that's $60,000 to $90,000 in profit from one customer who thinks they're being responsible by making minimum payments on time. That's the business model. Not transaction fees, not annual fees. Interest from revolvers. 7. The industry language reveals everything. When a credit card company calls responsible customers deadbeats in internal meetings, that tells you everything you need to know about whose interests the system serves. They're not hiding it. They're just not advertising it. The profitable customer is the one in perpetual debt. The unprofitable customer is the one who pays in full. If the system is designed to reward them for your debt, every piece of advice from that system should be viewed with suspicion. Carry a balance to build credit benefits the bank, not you. Always ask, who profits from this advice?
Why do people fall for this? Because debt doesn't feel real until it's catastrophic. $45 in interest this month is abstract. $12,000 over 10 years is incomprehensible. The human brain isn't wired to feel the weight of compound costs. We feel the immediate pain of paying $600 and being left with $200. We don't feel the slow bleed of $45 a month in interest. Loss aversion in action. The certain small loss today, low checking balance, feels worse than the uncertain large loss tomorrow, years of interest. Banks know this. The entire minimum payment structure exploits this cognitive bias. You're not stupid for falling for it. You're human. The system is designed around your psychology. Remember Sarah and Mike? Same credit cards, same balances. One simple difference. Sarah understood that paying interest doesn't build credit. Using credit builds credit. So she used it and paid it off every month. Mike believed the myth, carried balances for his credit score, paid $4,847 for a benefit that didn't exist. The bank loved Mike, called Sarah a deadbeat. But Sarah has an H2 credit score, 0 debt, and $4,847 that stayed in her pocket. Mike has a 694 credit score, revolving debt, and the bank's favorite customer status. Which one would you rather be? The system is designed to make you Mike, profitable, indebted, loyal. Your job is to be Sarah, informed, intentional, free. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that can't compound for you in investments. It's gone. Forever. The banks are counting on you not doing the math. Do the math.